Do you ever use Facebook on a public network like an airport or a coffee shop? It's possible someone could have your username and password right now.
In this week's Compute This, how to keep your information safe.
Hey, Thor Schrock is the owner of Schrock Innovations, and he joins us with that scoop. First, congratulations are in order. Another Best of Omaha for Schrock Innovations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What does it mean when people say, yeah, we're happy with the job you're doing?
Well, it's good. It's good to hear that. I mean, every company, every person makes mistakes, and systems don't always work perfectly. So when something happens, you usually hear that the system didn't work perfectly. So it's really nice to have people let you know when things worked perfectly, when things work well.
Explain to us the difference between a public hotspot and the Wi-Fi I have at my house, and why those are different, why I'm more at risk with one and not the other.
Okay. A network is a group of computers that are all linked together that can talk to each other. And when you're on a wireless connection, you're on the same network as any other person that's on that wireless connection. So what ends up happening is, you're at Panera, doing your thing, or at Starbucks doing your thing, and you're on your computer, and as long as no one's looking over your shoulder, you're fine, right? Well, what can happen is there's programs that are freely available out there that are easy to use. Anybody could use them. They're called packet sniffers, and what they do is they look at network traffic. So like your network administrator at work uses packet sniffing technology in a different way. He browses the network for activities that aren't supposed to happen. If someone in the network is using the network for things that the company would rather not have the network used for, the network administrator can pick up on that and then take action. Well, basically what these little script kiddies are doing is they're becoming the network administrator for Starbucks, and they're looking at all the traffic. And when you log in, not just Facebook, but Gmail, Yahoo, a service that you would log into that's not secure. So when you log into your bank, you get the little padlock because it's a secure connection.
Yeah.
When you log into your credit card or you go shopping, you have the padlock. That's a secure socket layer. What that means is when you type something into your computer and click send, it encrypts it, scrambles it all up, sends it up to the web server that then descrambles it all and interprets it. So if I'm sitting in the middle on your party line telephone listening in, it doesn't make any sense to me. Well, by default, Facebook does not turn on secure browsing. There's a feature in Facebook that you can turn on, but by default they don't turn it on because it would slow the service way down.
We have some information here that I want you to walk us through, and I know that's one of the tips that you're going to share with our viewers, but some other good things to know about safety and Facebook.
All right, well, let me give you a story. There was a buddy of mine who went to the Omaha airport, and there was no power outlet on the wall. And so he looked at the guy next to him who had one of those travel power strips. He got the plug for the travel power strip, popped it in, and said, okay, hey, can I use the last outlet on your strip because there's no wall outlets? And the guy looked at him and said, get your own strip, buddy. Real fun traveler guy.
Yeah.
And so he turns around and says, okay, you want to be that way about it, all right? And this guy is pretty tech savvy. From a programming standpoint, he makes me look like a chump. I mean, he's good. So he sits down, pops open his laptop with his last 8% of his battery, and starts sniffing. And the guy, of course, logs into his Gmail account. Same thing. Like I said, it's Facebook, Gmail, any of these accounts, they all do the same thing. And he logs in, transmitting his username and password in plain text over this wireless network.
Yeah.
Intercepted it. He changed it. Then this friend of mine logs into this guy's Gmail account.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. He logs right in.
Did he change his password or
something? Oh, no. He didn't do anything. He's not uncivilized. He just switched his language preferences to Vietnamese.
Just to mess with the guy?
Well, unless you can read Vietnamese, it's awfully difficult to change it back.
That's your friend. I had this happen with my Facebook. Facebook sent me an alert saying somebody in Lincoln is trying to access your information, and it was out of habit for me, and so I got an alert from the site itself. If I'm not your friend and I'm just trying to have some fun, what if I'm malicious? What am I doing with that information?
That's a whole different ballgame. Now, okay, there was a gentleman, and we have this all up on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Schrock Innovations. There's an actual story about a guy who had his entire digital identity erased. He's a real high-end, he's like a big-time tech blogger, and somebody targeted him, got Apple to give him his .me password for his email address, and from that, with your email address, think about all the things I can do. I can go to all your other accounts and request password resets. If I have access to your email, I get the password reset emails. I confirm them. I change your emails. I delete. I can wipe your iPad. I can wipe your MacBook. I can wipe your iPhone. I can go through and delete your Amazon accounts. I can delete all your digital purchases on your Kindle. I mean, I can go through and do all that if I have access to that one account. So there's some instructions that you need to follow, and they're up on our website. They're also up. They're in the do-it-yourself section on the Schrock website, but easy peasy. They're up at facebook.com/Schrock Innovations. It's 5 steps. My 6-year-old can do it. It's super, super easy. Step 1. Log into Facebook. Now, if you can do it on a secure network, that's highly, like at home, that's recommended. So you're not transmitting your password on an unsecured network, because that's what we're fixing. Go to your account settings. This is where you would go whenever they change their privacy policy every third Friday of the month. You know, you can change
We
their
got that
settings.
email again last
Go to your
week.
account settings and choose account security. Check that box there that says secure browsing HTTPS. Now, once you've checked this, anything that you do from any device on Facebook, so it's a phone, you don't have to change it for your phone, and you changed it on the account. So now whatever device, your phone, your computer, your tablet, a public computer, whatever you access Facebook from will be secure. Then if you're super paranoid, if you think that there's a possibility that maybe somebody, like you said, you got an alert, then change your password. Don't change your password before you do these steps, because then someone will just get the new password.
How often do you suggest changing a password? Make it a routine every now and then?
Okay. First, I will give you the IT professional
Give me
response.
a 30-second response.
The IT professional response is you should change your password on a normal schedule.
Every day.
The passwords should never be the same from one website to the other. They should be unrecognizable groups of characters that include capitalization, punctuation, and over 8 characters.
But that's not reasonable.
Realistic response. Come up with a make-believe word. You know, we have I use all kind of nicknames for your kids are great. Things that other people don't necessarily know, but just fake words are great. Then throw some capitals and some punctuation in there. You know, and I try to compartmentalize. I have one password for financial sites. I have one password for email sites. I have one password. So that way my life is a little, so if one person gets access to one area, they can't necessarily get access to all areas.
Listen, that list he's talking about is online at SchrockInnovations.com. And if you have a Facebook account, you can just type in Schrock Innovations in that top search bar, and that'll take you straight to the shops page, and you can get that information there too. Thor, it's great to see you.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
you.
I hope you don't freak out about your Facebook now. I can hear everybody
Listen,
logging in
I'm
right
gonna
now.
run.
By the way, speaking of logging in, Papillion just got their internet back from Cox. It's been down since 2 a.m.
Oh.
So if you had trouble with your internet this morning, Cox
Try
was
again.
down.
Good to know. Thank you, Thor.
Yep.
Well.